This whole procedure down, okay? And I'm just going to share it with you because if you're new, hopefully you won't do what I did. I'm so thankful that I didn't do this live because I just deleted like a whole video. I'm sorry. It's comical. I am exhausted. I had a big day today. I have appointments tomorrow, and but here I am, and I wanted to say I was determined to get this signature sewn in here. Okay, let me begin. Okay, so as you know, I'm following Nick the Booksmith's tutorial. Did this in the first video. Okay, so our second stage is clearly, you guys saw me make the signatures. It was time to sew them in here, okay? So I started with making a template of my book just like she did. The width, the height, okay? Do you see my conundrum here? Okay, good, glad you do, because this book is much bigger than a normal size of copy paper, which is mostly what my junk journal pages are made of. I did have a few larger sizes, but they were few and far between. And then I got discouraged and I thought, no, there are no rules in junk journaling. You know what? So who cares if, look, my width is fine. See here, my width is no big deal. It'll work, whatever. The height, it's a little small. Who cares? I'll put lace or something, I was like, it's fine. It's fine. Keep going. So then after I did this little template here, I had the height and I had the width, and I was getting discouraged. Okay, so then I got my signatures, because her next step in her book is to, bam, make a template, people, okay? And she says, you just take this piece of paper, any old piece of paper, doesn't matter.
Okay. And as long as it fits height wise, and then you want to go about a half measure from the top, half inch from the top, half inch from the bottom. Okay. No big deal. And then 2 additional holes because your your spine, the binding has to be an even number. And that even stumped me for a few minutes until I realized because you're sewing. Anyway, okay, it's fine. So top, she says measure, and then you half inch, add 2 more sort of, in the middle there. Top, bottom, no big deal, right? And then she says take your awl, poke your holes, okay, in your template. And then she said, get your signature, open it to the middle, okay? Put your template in here, people, and poke the holes. Well, I thought I think I have a better way. So what I did was I took my handy dandy hole puncher wood thingy here, okay? And I took my signature. Now this was before it was cut, okay? Took my signature, threw it in there, laid that in there. You can see, I don't know if you can see, but these little slightly gray little marks where I had marked. I was like, okay, I'll just scoot it up and down. I'll move each signature around and I'll go about a half inch there and a half inch here and I'll just poke holes. And look at that, I flew right through it. It was great. I got all my signatures punched, lickety split. And then I took my signatures and I realized that they were all poked in very different locations. I had holes here, da, 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 da. I had holes everywhere, all over the place. And then I went, oh, I didn't follow directions. So I got even more discouraged. And I was like, maybe I should just get a different book. Maybe I need to start all over. And then I was like, no, because this is part of the fun, man. I mean, it's crafting, right? And this is how we learn. And so I was like, no, I'm not giving up on this. I'm going to just keep going with it. So I backed up because I noticed that when she stacked her signatures, they were all trimmed and very cute. And I thought, oh, wait, I didn't do that. My signatures were still sticking out all over the place when I put the holes in them, and I thought maybe that had something to do with it because, she has used this as a guide. So I thought, oh my goodness, maybe I was supposed to have all my yes, I was supposed to have all my signatures like this, but whatever. So I sat there for a few minutes and I was like, am I going to poke more holes in these signatures? How can I get these holes to line up? And that's when I realized that I could line them up by hand, line all the holes up by hand here. And then I took my little signatures and I cut them after I lined up the holes. And I marked right here is where my holes were, not her template, which I wish I had gone by. It's actually pretty darn close, if you can see there. It's really close. But anyway, the second journal I make, I'm going to make sure that I do this. And in fact, I'm probably going to leave this on my desk forever as a lesson to actually don't try work around and get things done. This is like Nick the Booksmith. I mean, it's a pro telling you how to do this and you're not going to get around it, right? So pay attention. So I lined up all the little holes here, you can see. Now they're in pretty decent order, and I just went through and trimmed my signatures so that my holes would line up. Anyway, I do think, though, there's one in here that's a little short. Actually, I think you can kind of see it. These two are shorter than the rest. And you know what? I don't even care. I don't care. At this point, I just don't care. It's going in the book, okay? And so I'm not sewing today. Nope, sure not. I'm done. I think this is looking all right. I think it's on its way, whatever. The next video. And you know what? This time I'm probably going to practice off screen, because I think that's part of the reason I got frustrated, was because I was like, okay, I have this expectation, like, I've got to get this right, because, it's my first one, and I'm doing this on video, and you know what? Wow, that's crazy, right? It's so too much pressure. Who cares? It's a journal. Seriously, it's not a big deal. So I am probably going to practice stitching off camera before I work on this, because this is my baby and I want it to turn out all right. So it's fine. And now I will always remember, lesson learned, always use your little template. So very cool. Anyway, I hope you guys are having a good week. I really, really appreciate you watching this video, having a laugh with me. Maybe you guys made some crazy first mistakes with your first journal. I would love for you to comment and let me know what they were, so I don't feel so bad. Thanks so much. I'll see you guys next week. Bye.